Welcome back to Hot Rod High School. In today's episode, we're going to be using an R811 Hunter Alignment Machine to go through, perform an alignment here on this Camry. So, coveralls on, safety glasses on, let's get to work. Making sure before you drive your car onto the alignment rack that you have your pins in place on the turn plates in the front and the slip plates in the back. Driving onto those without having the pins in place can damage the turn plates and the slip plates. And just as an added piece of security here to make sure the car doesn't roll off of our alignment rack, we'll put the wheel chocks around one wheel here. Just one in the back, one in the front. Now it can't roll anywhere. We've gone through and done our pre-alignment inspection. So we checked over things like the air pressure in the tires, if there's any looseness in any suspension components, proper wheel bearings, all that kind of stuff. We've checked over everything. The car is now ready to be aligned. So, to start off here, we'll click Begin Alignment. Now we got to choose our vehicle. So we'll scroll down here until we find Toyota. Hit OK. This thing is a Camry. Now we'll hit OK. And it is a 1989, so we'll choose this 87 through 91 option. And it's a sedan. All right, and it's telling us that our sensors are not connected or not turned on. So we're going to get this thing up in the air. We're going to get the sensors mounted up onto it. We're going to go ahead and mount up our heads here. And want to make sure that the ones that have the long arms on them, that's to check your towing adjustment, needs to go onto the front of the vehicle. Hook those in there, crank this up so that we can clip onto the wheel. This thing should not be able to come off when you have it hooked on there properly, but just in case, I'm going to add this bungee cord to it to hold on there. These machines do come with wireless connection, but you got to change the batteries out more often than we do, so we're just going to go ahead and plug it in. To go with that one. There we go. So we connect the first one into the machine. The second one, we'll just run over to the next head and we'll go around the car in that same way. Once all four of them are plugged in, you can hit the on button on the head. Lights will come on up here, and it'll register that the sensor is connected, but that we still need to do our runout compensation. So I'll go through and turn on all four of them now. So in order to do our runout compensation, we do need to lift the car up. So now we can perform our runout compensation. We're going to go through and hit this button right here, and then rotate around, hit it again in each one of its three positions. So we push the button, the green light turns off, the red light starts flashing, and then we can rotate our tire around to position number 2. When the green light comes on, hit the button again, rotate around to position 3, green light turns on, hit the button again, both lights stay on. It gives me my runout compensation number up on the computer screen, it says sensor is okay, and then I always want to rotate these around so that the knob is sitting in the 12 o'clock position. We got to perform that now on the other 3 tires. So next we got to install our brake pedal depressor. We'll just take and push in on the brake pedal and then wedge the bar back against the seat so that holds our brake pedal in place, solid and on. We'll also pull up on the e-brake. We need to remove the pins from the turn plates and from the skid plates. Because we have the car up in the air, we want to jostle the suspension here. Get the car to sit down where it'll be when it's actually driving down the road. We now need to level and lock the sensors. There's a leveling bubble right there. This is the lock. You don't want to turn this very tight at all because it can rip the threads out of it. So we get that centered up. Tighten the lock. We'll do that on all 4 of the heads. So we've installed the brake pedal depressor, we've steered the wheels as directed, and we've leveled and locked all the sensors. Now we'll go ahead and hit ready. Our next step is to perform our caster sweep. So I'm just going to stand out of the way of the beams from the forward and back sensors and then steer as directed by the tool there until we get into the green. Now we steer the other way. Nope, standing in the way here. Now straight forward. So I'm going to put myself where the customer would be sitting. I'm going to line up using the lines of the dashboard and just level on the steering wheel. Make sure it's perfectly centered, and we'll use our steering wheel holder. Push in against the seat and hold it in place. So currently it's set up on our virtual view. I can't do anything with the virtual view. It doesn't make any sense to my brain. So I'm going to hit show bar graphs. And it's showing me my front suspension, my rear suspension. We see that toe is slightly off on the left rear. So we always want to adjust the rear of the vehicle first and then go around and adjust the front. So on the rear of this vehicle, we have this tie rod that's adjusted using this eccentric washer. So by turning this bolt, it'll turn the washer either further this way or that way. That'll push this bar in or out. It'll change our toe in, how well straight forward our wheel is pointing. So we'll go through and just loosen up the nut on the back. Ooh. Wow, that one's on there real tight. Went out and got some bigger tools. We're gonna be able to break that thing free a lot easier. So it's 17mm socket that we needed here. Get that guy broken free. And now we're just going to have to take a look at the monitor and get this guy to be in adjustment. If you wouldn't mind looking at the monitor and telling me when I'm there.
So we're at the bottom one. Is this total toe?
Should be left side, toe in.
Okay, the arrows to the left, -0.4. You're going further away. Ooh. Yeah, you were really close just then. That's it. You're in the green. It's not aligned perfect. Oh, stop. You're perfect.
Okay. Still there?
Yeah, we're all in the green right now.
Beauty. So now that we got good alignment readings in the rear, we're going to go ahead and switch this over to the front axle. This caster number I am not going to focus on. This car has wheel spacers on it, seeing caster numbers that are pretty well even with each other. I'm going to leave that alone because our owner does not want to remove their wheel spacers. Toe-in adjustment on the other hand, I'm going to take and adjust out this one right here, bring it a little bit closer for us. Our next step here is to bring our front toe in alignment, and we see that pretty much just have to adjust that right side to come in with the left. We'll be looking great. So I'm going to break our luck nut free. And then turn the tie rod. And if we can get it to set right there with the nut tight, we'll be looking awesome. And yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Beauty. Thanks for watching another episode of Hot Rod High School. If your school doesn't offer an auto shop class or you're a homeschooler, we've got the thing for you. That's right, introducing our first ever auto shop in a box. Specifically designed for students between 5th and 12th grade. Our kits include the engine rebuild, the brake line flare, precision measurement, valve adjustment, and an award-winning curriculum. Click the link in the description below to learn more on our website and purchase your kit today, which will be shipped directly to your home. But don't worry, it's not coming in this thing. You can like and subscribe if you want to. It doesn't make a difference to me. But what does make a difference is you shifting your education into high gear with Hot Rod High School. Thanks for watching.